Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Brooke's booze relapse. Falls off the wagon after Ridge goes back to Taylor. The bold and the beautiful B&B. Spoilers reveal that Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, will find herself at a crossroads after Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, goes back to Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Buddick. This is nothing new for Ridge, so Brooke should honestly be used to it by now. However, the destruction of Brooke and Ridge's relationship may be particularly heartbreaking for her this time around. Brooke thought she was finally going to live happily ever after with Ridge and make their latest reunion stick. Losing Ridge all over again could take a toll on Brooke and send her down a dangerous path. It all depends on the choices Brooke makes in the aftermath of her latest romantic blow-up. Of course, it's possible Brooke will stay strong and throw herself into work as Forrester's next CEO. Brooke might use power and success to cope with the loss of Ridge, but will those things be enough to fill the void? At some point, Brooke could start hitting the bottle again. Brooke could have a booze relapse coming up if she falls off the wagon over Ridge and Taylor's reunion. If Brooke turns to alcohol to numb her pain, that could pave the way for someone to come to her rescue. Deacon Sharp, scene canon, might see the warning signs and feel the need to intervene if Brooke's drunken downward spiral begins. You can bet Shayla Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown, wouldn't like that one bit since she wants Deacon all to herself. Brooke was always the one who got away for Deacon, so the last thing Sheila wants to see is the former flames reconnecting. Then again, maybe it could be Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, who steps up for Brooke in her time of need. Bill and Brooke have a special connection of their own, so perhaps he could come to her rescue if she starts drowning her sorrows. Regardless, there'd be some interesting story possibilities if Brooke surrendered to alcohol temptation once more. We'll be sure to bring you more B&B predictions on any trouble that might be on the horizon. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Brooke will have to deal with some bad news once Ridge starts viewing Taylor as his future, so stay tuned for updates on all the drama. The beautiful and the bold. Two words that have defined the lives of the iconic characters on The Bold and the Beautiful for years. But in the upcoming weeks, Brooke Logan's world is about to be shaken to its core in a way that only the soap opera world knows how to do best. Brace yourselves, because the stunning beauty with a complicated love life and a long history of struggles is heading down a dangerous path once more. Brooke has always been a woman of resilience. She's battled her demons, faced betrayals, and even survived a tumultuous marriage with Ridge Forrester. But no matter how strong she appears on the outside, Brooke has always been vulnerable, particularly when it comes to the love of her life, Ridge. Their on-again, off-again relationship has been at the center of many explosive plotlines, and as Ridge's heart wavers between her and Taylor, Brooke will face a painful relapse that takes her down a dark, emotional spiral. The catalyst, Ridge and Taylor's reunion. It all begins when Ridge, after much back and forth, ultimately returns to the woman who has been his rock in recent years, Taylor Hayes. Ridge's indecision has kept fans guessing about the ultimate fate of Ridge for months, but now the scales tip in Taylor's favor. Ridge and Taylor have a deep bond, one that has weathered time, distance, and the many ups and downs of their lives. Their love story, though marred with its own baggage, has always seemed to be the one that is meant to last. Brooke, on the other hand, has always believed she and Ridge were destined to be together. Her devotion to him has never wavered, even when others have questioned the stability of their relationship. But Ridge's heart always seems to shift, first to her, then to Taylor, then back to her. It's a vicious cycle that has left Brooke feeling like she's in a never-ending emotional tug-of-war. But now, with Ridge's decision clear, Brooke will face the full brunt of this heartache. Brooke, a woman who once had it all, love, family, and security, is about to lose the one thing she's held on to, Ridge's unwavering affection. His return to Taylor will be the final blow for Brooke, and her long-buried fears, insecurities, and vulnerabilities will come to the surface in an all-consuming way. A past that haunts her. Brooke's struggle with addiction. Brooke has faced numerous challenges in her life, but perhaps one of the darkest periods was her battle with alcohol addiction. It's a struggle that has resurfaced at different points in her life, especially during times of emotional turmoil. When things start falling apart for Brooke, she'll find herself once again turning to the bottle for comfort, as the pain of losing Ridge to Taylor proves to be too much for her to bear. In the coming weeks, fans will witness Brooke's gradual descent into a relapse. It begins with one drink, a fleeting attempt to numb the pain. But as the days go by and her heartbreak deepens, Brooke's control will slip away, and alcohol will become her way of coping with the emotional devastation. She'll drink to forget the man she loves, to silence the voices in her head, and to drown out the pain of watching Ridge and Taylor together. Brooke's addiction will have ripple effects across the Forrester family and beyond. Her loved ones, including her daughters, will be forced to confront the reality of her struggle. They'll see the signs, the shaking hands, the distant stare, the slips in her behavior. But what will be even more heartbreaking is watching Brooke push away those who want to help her. She'll isolate herself, consumed by shame and guilt, unable to ask for help because she feels unworthy of saving. Ridge's reaction and guilt. As Brooke spirals into the dark abyss of her relapse, Ridge will find himself grappling with guilt. Deep down, he knows that his actions have played a role in Brooke's downfall. Although he's chosen to be with Taylor, Ridge has always cared for Brooke, even if his feelings for her have faltered over time. Seeing her so vulnerable and broken will stir something in him, and for a brief moment, he'll wonder if he could have done more to prevent this. However, Ridge's own issues with Taylor will add complexity to the situation. While he will undoubtedly feel guilt for pushing Brooke to this point, he's also navigating the intricacies of his relationship with Taylor. The tension between his loyalty to Taylor and his lingering affection for Brooke will create a volatile emotional mix that no one can predict. At times, he might want to step in and offer Brooke a lifeline, but he'll fear that doing so will cause more harm than good, not just to his marriage with Taylor, but to the very heart of the complicated triangle that has defined his life for years. Taylor's role in Brooke's downward spiral. As Ridge tries to rebuild his future with Taylor, Brooke's behavior will inevitably affect Taylor as well. Taylor has always understood the emotional damage Brooke has experienced because of her love for Ridge, but her sympathy will be tested as the situation intensifies. Taylor's priority will be Ridge, and as Brooke falls deeper into her addiction, Taylor may begin to feel resentment. After all, she has watched Brooke attempt to sabotage her relationship with Ridge time and again. As much as Taylor cares about Brooke, she also has her own family and future to protect. This sets the stage for some tense confrontations and emotional moments between the two women. Will Taylor offer Brooke compassion and a helping hand, or will she dig in her heels and insist that Brooke is responsible for her own choices? The tension between them will reach new heights, and it will be fascinating to see how Taylor navigates her role as a mother, a wife, and a woman who has spent years on the sidelines of Brooke's roller coaster life. The aftermath. Will Brooke find redemption? Brooke's story is one of pain, resilience, and hope, but also of failure and relapse. Her journey in the upcoming months will be an emotional one, as she grapples with the consequences of her actions and her inability to regain control of her life. However, The Bold and the Beautiful is a soap opera, and in true soap style, this dark chapter will set the stage for a dramatic comeback. Brooke may face her demons head-on, rebuild her relationships, and finally find redemption, or the damage may be too severe, leaving her permanently broken. Whatever path Brooke ultimately takes, it's clear that her journey will be one of heartbreak, redemption, and dramatic twists. Ridge and Taylor's reunion will spark a powerful story arc for Brooke as she faces her darkest hour yet. The question remains, can Brooke rise from the ashes of her relapse, or will she fall forever into the shadow of her past? Time will tell, but one thing is for sure. The Bold and the Beautiful is about to deliver some of the most emotionally charged episodes in the show's history. Stay tuned for all the twists, turns, and heartbreaking moments as the saga of Brooke's booze relapse unfolds.